I really need time now. I need to free mind now. I really need time now. I need to free my mind now. Those are my tears, weeping during that conversation. This is so crazy, y'all. This is some shit I've never done before. I've like climbed up off of the ledge onto the edge. My dirty ass tennis shoes. Of like, but I really wanted to use this moment to like vlog with y'all about the dynamic in which like, don't be, that probably would have served better for my hair the way it looks, but I don't give a shit at this point. Really be honest with yourself about emotionally the shit it is that you're dealing with and the shit that it is you're going through, because you know, today has been a very rough motherfucking day. Like, it's so crazy, the ebb and flow of energy, because April 1st was such an amazing day, and then April 2nd like really tried my whole entire life. It really tried my whole entire patience. It really tried my whole entire persistence for myself, my love for myself, like my stable mind, my emotional mind, like, and literally like from the moment I woke up, it was just like everything was going good until I realized my hard drive was not reading. My computer was not reading my hard drive. It didn't pick up. It didn't cut on at all. So I'm like, all of these years back to 2016, 2017 have been recorded on this hard drive. What do? I attempt to go to Walmart to replace the cord. They don't have either cords in stock, just to make sure it's not the device, because I know it's not the USB port on my MacBook. So leave from there, and it's just like the energy just of the day is just really calling me to like just spend some time and some moments with myself, because like literally, y'all, I just kept feeling this energy in my body that was just like, you cannot go to work today. Like, I have to be at work at 4 p.m. and it was like, you cannot go to work today, CeeLo. Like, feeling how you feel, you're in the business of making people feel good. You cannot fucking go to work today feeling how you feel, you know what I'm saying? And this is so cute. I just wish I could just like post it here and sit it down and record. But like, it's like legit. Look at them probably looking at me blowed. Like, why is she on the roof? But like, for real, literally, like, I kept battling with myself, like, on calling my supervisor, calling my workplace and being like, listen, today I'm just emotionally, I'm not there to be able to be my best self today at work. And I just really feel like this is what bosses and this is what like corporations and stuff like that should really take into consideration, because sometimes people really be going through shit that they can't understand, or you know, that they really just be needing a break or a day off on. And I really just feel like people that are in supervisory positions, like, I get it, your goal and your job is to make the amount of money per day that you are designated to do or produce as a, like, from a sales perspective. I get it. When you're a supervisor that works for a company that is banking on like a certain amount of sales per day, a certain amount of products to sell per day, a certain amount of meals to sell per day, like whatever the fuck, I get that. But you also have to understand that like it is very important to take into consideration the emotions that the people that are working for, essentially, because people think about the person that's running the business as the person whose name is on the paperwork. But no, like the person that is showing up physically interacting with your customers is the motherfuckers that matter the most, and they need to be treated with the utmost respect. That's why I respect companies like Lyft and Apple and shit like that, because they create a dynamic, a work dynamic where their people can be like, they can get massages, they have someone that is like mental health check on campus of the business where it's being ran. And I just really feel like, you know, today a supervisor of mine that was very much always a favorite of mine, he just treated me very dry today. Like, you could hear the tears in my voice, which I kind of understand, because it's like when you don't want to go down that emotional rabbit hole with somebody on whatever the bullshit is that's going on in their life, because that's essentially how you think of it, unless they give you full details. Like, you going through some bullshit, I don't want to hear your excuses. If you're not coming to work today, cool, I'm just going to scratch you off today. You're not going to be here. Like, and that's kind of how I feel like I received his energy. And I really looked at it like it was some real fuck shit, because it's like, when you're the type of person that work like I work, you show up every fucking day. You may be late some days. I don't deserve an excuse for that. But you show up every fucking day. Like, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's happening in your day, you don't really choose to say like fuck today. I'm not a person that has a very big history of like calling out of work, even though I know I could on a more often basis. I don't. Like, this is my job. I take it seriously. I show up. I make people feel amazing. I get tipped amazing fucking money. You know what I mean? My bank account can speak for the amount of great service that I give. And so when you have somebody that like really like dedicates themselves to their position, and they show up and they do a great job, and they're always there whenever you need them, if you need them to fill in another shift, if you need them to stay later, if you need them to be the most responsible for the shift that they're working, like, I'm always showing up, giving my fucking best. And I just called today, and I was literally all in mid tears. Like, I just kept having this back and forth energy with myself, like, I cannot go to work today. Like, I just cannot go to work today feeling how I feel, because this is not healthy. Like, if I am not in the energy space, in the emotional space to fucking give of myself today, I deserve the right to be like, today I can't. Like, today I just can't. Like, anxiety, stress, like whatever that I've let and got to myself today. Yes, I get it. It's a mind tool, but I think it's also a self-love lesson, because it's not about like giving up easy or just like copping out on your responsibilities or whatever the fuck, but it's like, today I just can't, or today I need help. And like, whatever that may look like for you on your can't days, it's like, let's learn to give ourselves more grace. I call this motherfucker, I speak to the host, and she's like, is everything okay? Are you gonna be late? And I'm like, no, I just have a situation that came up, and I really need to speak to a manager. So she's like, oh, okay, like, let me go get him on the phone, because it was between him and some other name that I have not ever fucking heard of, that ain't never been to our location before. And I'm like, okay, well, let me speak to the manager I got more rapport with, because I don't have time for the new shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Let me talk to somebody I know. So put somebody I know on the phone. Somebody I know is like, what's up? You know, I'm like, hey, how are you? How's your day going? XYZ and the third. I don't think I asked that much. I was like, hey, such and such. Today, I need grace. Like, I'm not even, like, today, like, and you can hear my voice crackling as I'm shedding tears. Like, today, I need a graceful day. Like, he's like, okay, number 3, done. All right, I hope everything works out. He was like, how's everything going? That's how the conversation started. He was like, hey, how's everything going? And I was like, today, not so well. However, today, I'm going to need a lot of grace. And he was just like, okay, number 3, done. I hope everything works out well. Talk to you soon. I was just like, okay, cool. And he treated it very dry or whatever. But what I do respect about it, regardless of him reacting to it how I wanted him to or not, he did say, go take care of it. Like, go figure it out. Whatever it is, I get it. Go figure it out. You know what I mean? But, like, this is just a testament in me wanting to share this energy of space with you all in reference to, like, when you're going through hard shit, give yourself the amount of grace that you fucking deserve. And I'm gonna let y'all go in a minute because my battery about to die. But give yourself the amount of grace that you deserve when you need to say, I need a fucking day off. Like, today, I'm overwhelmed. How's everything going? And I was like, today, not so well. However, today, I'm going to need a lot of grace. And he was just like, okay, number 3, done. I hope everything works out well. Talk to you soon. Got off the phone with me. Yes. So, back to the point of, like, today I need grace and setting boundaries. Like, when you are not feeling your best self, I think it's very important that you contact the people that are expecting to engage with your energy, and you make it very fucking plain. I have no better words to say for it right now, because that's the best emphasis I like to put on energy. And obviously, as a public speaker, I probably would not I would not use the same verbiage, but because this is my own platform and y'all know how I keep it with y'all, you just keep it very fucking plain. You keep it very fucking simple, and you tell them like exactly what is going on. Because the reality of the situation is, if I'm not feeling my best self and I have energy that your business or this business that we both work for the common goal of needs to procreate with, like, every business needs to procreate with your best version of yourself. And if you wake up on a day and you feel like, listen, today is not that day, and that's not an excuse to like cop out on every single day of the week when you feel like you ain't your best self, but if emotionally and mentally you are not there, you need to be very honest with your workplace. You need to be very honest with your kids, your family, like everybody that is like in supportive energy of who you are connecting with. Because You have a duty. First, though, to yourself. Come love yourself. We always bring it back to the origin, okay? Come love yourself. You have a duty to yourself. And if you are not able to give the best version of yourself to the situation, you have the furthest, most accurate right to say, I cannot present my energy today because I am not in a space that is going to be conducive for what I need to show up being. You understand what I'm saying? And I really think that was the only point that I really wanted to finish about, like, why boundaries are so important when it comes to work, when it comes to anything that you're dealing with. For my specific situation in this vlog, it was work. Like, work today, I cannot allow you to take any energy from me because I am already depleted before I even get to you. And emotionally and spiritually and mentally, I was completely depleted, which put me in that tear-based energy. And when I say tear-based energy, we're so used to saying fear-based energy, but tear-based energy, I was crying. I couldn't even hold my composure. I couldn't even call and tell my manager, like, I can't today, without, like, like, I was really there. I was really having one of those days. And so it was like, yeah, I need a fucking moment. I need to park this shit right quick, because what I'm going to show up and give today ain't going to be nothing like the CeeLo y'all used to getting. So if you really want the healthy CeeLo, you need to give me a fucking moment. You know, I need today. Like, today of all days. But that's the only point that I wanted to make in reference to that. You say, now you know what?
Or I got it from you.
You got what from me?
That to bring some everywhere.
To bring your devices everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my camera go everywhere with me.
And my
We're going to have a conversation on the way back home why I needed to bring my camera with me.
and my iPad. And why is it so hot always hot in this car?
Because, son.
It's still summer.
Yes.
How's it still summer in August?
It's still summer until September, after my birthday.
How's it still?
And I tell King, no, thank God, school is about to start. You finna get on the bus every day. Yes, I don't have to drive you to school. You about to get on the bus every day. And what you say, King?
No, I want to talk to you while we ride to school.
And we do be having really good talks on the way to school, which I can appreciate. My baby really interrupted my process in reference to that. It was like, oh, you think you saved yourself some time? No, sis, drop me off at school because I got something to tell you. And I love when he talks to me before he goes to school. We have such great times together, right?
Yeah.
We do. Where are you headed, King?
To one of my best friend's house.
So his best friend's house for a play date.
From school.
His best friend from school, he's headed to a play date. So we're going to call y'all right back.
And I want to see Zachary again sometime soon.
Zachary's coming soon, I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he was already at Porter's house, but okay. Did I come down the wrong street?
Oh no. He has a backyard.
He does have a backyard, but that's not the house. I feel like this is the house we came to earlier. I feel like this is the house. That's not them though, is it? What is that?
That's not them.
That's not Porter, is it?
No.
Did I miss the turn? That looked like the same house that we went to.
But that's not Porter because...
Okay, we're gonna call y'all back. Whew, as a car rolls by. So, yes, just dropped King to go for a play date. And, I'm a really weird kind of mom because I grew up in a situation and in a dynamic where kids were slick. Let me turn the air down a little bit. Kids were slick, not safe around a lot of adults in my family. Don't care about none if anybody in my family member feels or to differ or otherwise or got an opinion on it. Don't talk to me about my experience. You weren't there to combat it. Inner child issues and wounds showing up. So I really be like hell bent on like legit. I don't never offer like for my kid to come over or like spend a night, or for your kid to come over to my house and spend a night, or like none of that overnight or over day. Well, not like overnight, because obviously our kids I feel like are too young to be like having spend a night days and shit like that. But like for my son to be 8 years old, like obviously he has play dates, he has real friends, he has a social life, and I don't want to be the one to steal that from him. But like that's another thing that was weighing on my anxiety today. Like, oh my God, my son has a play date. He wants to go over and play at not such a immediate neighbor's house, but like, we're friends, we're cool. His mom, they chilled. They were at King's birthday party, all that good stuff. God willing that I can get the footage off of my hard drive, but we're gonna let that go for right now. But yeah, so I be having a lot of anxiety around that shit because it's a lot of fear-based energy from my own childhood when it comes to like people you don't know. And the fucked up part is like, you have all of this anxiety built up around people you don't know, when it really be the people you know that end up molesting your kids and doing fuck shit to your children. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a natural trigger for me to feel like for me to have that energy base within me. But I trust Shelly. She's a Virgo like me. Don't mean that she's not a serial killer or anything like that, but I don't think she's a serial killer. Obviously, she's a cool girl. She's a nice woman. She has beautiful children who have a fun vibe. Her and her husband have a great vibe. She's married. They have a nice home right here near the school. They're like great people to connect with. Like, I had a lot of fun being around them. And I think it's just very important that you allow space and time enough to connect with your children's friends' parents so that you can feel the comfortable energy in reference to like your children wanting to go and be at these people's houses while you're nowhere to be there, like standing over them watching them. Because like, obviously I want my son to have fun and be himself and have a social life, but I noticed I'm a little bit more like because my mom was a little bit more free with me having a social life. I'm a little bit more on rah-rah when it comes down, not rah-rah, but like I'm just a little bit more attentive in like the parents and getting to know them and having conversation with them and things of that nature before letting my kid just go and just, you know, engage in somebody else's home dynamic, you know. And so it's very important that he cultivates a social life, because there was a point in my son's lifetime, in his childhood, younger than 8, where he was very like closed off, and he was very like quiet and not talking to people and not responsive and like don't want to go outside and play with the kids. And still, for the most part, my son got his crew who he fuck with. He don't go outside just to play with kids, just to be fucking playing or having some kids to play with. Like, if he don't know you like that, if you ain't his buddy like that, if you ain't his bestie like that, he ain't trying to like be nowhere outside hot playing with you. So it's a learning experience for me as a parent, allowing my son to move and go and just be himself and things like that. So like, shout out to all of the parents that do the inner work to allow your child to have their own social life. And yeah, now I'm gonna get the ugly fluffy off. It did my mental so much better to just say like, listen, today I'm not feeling it. I need a day off. I have energy to express. I just need time for myself. I can't. And I'm grateful for that shit, okay? And then the shit that just flabbergasts me the most is I went through all of these texts and this lady talking about, listen, he's going to have his iPad in his backpack. Make sure he has access to Wi-Fi in case I need to contact him. That's very important to me, X, Y, Z, and the third. When all of that was built out of a fear-based place, right? Of wanting to keep in touch and having still access, some level of access to my son. King left his whole entire backpack in the car with iPad included and charger. Like, I text the mom like, so funny how when you want to still be in control of a situation, you're offered an opportunity to trust more. Like, how do I make this shit up, y'all? Like, this is God being like, your baby is in good hands. You need to learn how to trust more. Because sending him with an iPad only for the specific dynamic of you being able to contact him outside of being able to contact the parent to find out if your child is okay. And it's like, no, trust. I got you. I got him. Y'all covered. Wears me out how life be like constantly reminding us of how much out of control situations really be of the control we think we have. Like, I'm thinking today, calling into work, I'm gonna get some bullshit from my supervisor about, and it was like it was the most seamless ever call out I've ever had in my life. Like, listen, I need grace today. Okay, number 3, you're great. I hope everything works out fine for you. Life is always fucking working out for me. Like, make it up. Even when it's the worst, it's working out for me. It don't ever be the worst, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, and the thing that I realized with how I was feeling today was genuinely like a hurt and pain fulfilled out of obligation. It was like, it's so crazy because this journey that I'm on, y'all, with this fucking self-love journal, which I would love to create one of my own one day, which I'm going to create one of my own one day. Yesterday was authenticity, which I feel like I gave a very real point of matter on when it came down to like communication. This bang is the ugliest shit that has ever happened to my hair, and I'm just embracing it. That's a side note, that's a sidebar. But like, I really want to go get my hair straightened. But today was about setting boundaries, and I felt the strongest boundary behind like feeling like a failure, looking like I'm unreliable, not wanting to let anybody down. Like, I'm gonna go to work anyway, I'm gonna force past this hurt and this pain and shit that I'm feeling. And I expressed so much energy in reference to crying. Like, I wish the camera was on when I was in my most hurtful place of going back and forth with myself about like, I just can't today. Like, I was just like bawling. It was before I went and sat on the roof to talk about it. And I'm so happy that I allowed myself that space to cry. And I remember standing in the corner by the refrigerator, like genuinely like shedding tears and crying in silence, because I did not want not King or my mom to know that I was crying about it, that I was having that big of a rough day. Like, but sometimes my rough days be rough, and I just can't afford to be like bringing the people around me down. And also to touch on like the points of like not being able to afford to keep, like, to bring the people who are around me down in energy. Like, yes, I go in the corner and I cry where my mom or my son may not be able to see what it is in reality that I'm going through or that I'm dealing with, because I don't really feel like they are responsible for like helping me work through those specific energies. Like, if it's something I could use their help for, I'll ask for it, and I'm very blunt and very up forward and very upfront in reference to that energy. But the thing about it is, just to change scenery, y'all, but the thing about that is just like, yeah, I don't really want to be that girl that like every time I go through something, here I go with the moping and the crying and like exploiting that energy to the universe. Like, I don't want to repeat the emotional feelings or patterns of that energy. So I really try to keep the people that are most connected to me away from those moments when I feel like that. Like, when I feel like I'm having a bad day or whatever the fuck that I feel like I want to cry about. Like, that's why I don't come and make videos. That's why I stopped doing readings when I was not in the energy to do it. Like, the world literally feeds and births and grows plants in, you know, energy off of the seeds that you plant. And if you plant like a Debbie Downer ass energy, and it's really kind of hard to explain this because I don't want to promote that like you shouldn't talk about your emotions, or you shouldn't talk about what you're feeling, or you shouldn't talk about the hard shit, because you should. But a lot of the times that energy is very much required in you sitting with yourself and determining like what it is that you truly feel and how to work through that energy before you even present it to somebody else. You know what I mean? So that was just the basis behind that. Like, it's just a matter of me finding ways to work through my tough spots, my little kinks in my life, without having to involve everybody else in it. You know, some people go through things and the first thing they do is get on the phone and call and tell everybody. The first thing they do is go run and call and tell their mama or their daddy, who is already in fear-based energy around trying to protect you and want you to live a specific certain type of lifestyle. And so it's like, family and people that care about us don't always give us the greatest advice, because they care about us from a personal level. They care about us from a perspective of which affects them. So they likely are giving you biased advice. You know what I mean? Because they care about your well-being, and they're trying to protect you. So I just really feel like that's a really that's a great point of self-work. You know, that's when you know you've really grown, when shit that sometimes you don't even have answers for happen in your life, and you don't even care to pick up the phone and tell nobody. Like, I can't even afford your negative comment, your negative disposition towards it. Like, let me deal with this shit on my own, and when I get it under control, y'all will get the best version of me after. You know what I mean? So learning to give yourself grace is a very beautiful thing. It's a very hard kind of struggle and journey to go through, but it's very necessary. All right, so I'm gonna input this into the vlog. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave some feedback down in the comments about like, what do you tend to do when you are going through things and you don't really want to talk to other people about it because whatever your reason is. I don't even want to get too deep into the becauses, but whatever your reason is, like, give me some other tips that y'all use when you're going through things that you don't really care to share with everybody else around you, because you're essentially trying to protect them as well. Yeah, let's move on.
You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did win by default and without any doubt, though. I'm a me happy adult.
And I promise y'all, like, I love music, and dancing is really liberating to me. It's really grounding for my energy. I love to just get up and move my body and move my soul, move my spirit, just allow my body to just move in whatever natural way it wants to. A lot of the times it's in a very sensual, happy vibration that I just love to express myself in. And so when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling sad, or when I'm like channeling through my emotions and kind of like dealing with myself, it really helps that I just like get up and move my body, whether that's working out, whether that's dancing. I love music, so I find that music I very much can connect with. It's a very spiritual thing for me, and I just love to do it. You know, I was a dancer in college, so I was always very, very moved by moving my body, moving to a vibe, creating a vibe, expressing my energy through motion, expressing my energy through my sacral chakra. And so, yes, CeeLo, you better get it. But it was just really uplifting for me, especially on this particular day, because my spirit was a little bit low. You know what I mean? So it's very important to find something healing for you. And I just love it. Vibe ting, girl. Vibe ting. Move your hips, move your body. And I also heard Kevin Gates say something that dancing literally removes cancer and dis-ease from your body. Now everybody go try breakfast. Shayo. Hear it out loud. Just to hear it. My heart beating so fast. Ay, Shayo. 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 Oh my God, y'all. Y'all not gonna believe this. Look at what is showing up now. What ruined the whole day? Why are there notifications? Oh, I really need time now. I really need to free mind now. I really need time, y'all. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a little shuffle before I let y'all go. Even though I'm trying to eat right now. Put my plate down real quick. And what is the message that should be learned behind watching this energy divine? For those who see this video and for those who may run across it at a later date, what is the lesson that it should be taken from this energy on today, divine? How should we be viewing the energy moving forward? What should we take heed to? We can't make it up. Ascendant, entrance. This is the beginning. This is the walk of life of where you begin. This is the start. Ascendant, okay? What is your ascendant sign? If you're watching this, vlog, I want you to think about and seeing the ascendant card pool. What is your rising sign? If you are into your chart, if you are into your astrology, if you're into your birth chart like that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, you should do a little bit more research to find out exactly what your rising sign is. But with entrance, we have in the natal chart, the ascendant tells a story about how you walked into this life at birth and how you walk into any new situation. It describes the door which you see the world and the world sees you, your filter system, and hints at your awakening consciousness. The ascendant, also known as the rising sign, describes the degree of the zodiac just coming up over the eastern horizon at the moment and place of your birth. The action that should be taken when this energy is seen. How do you see the world? Question yourself. Take a long look at the assumptions and presumptions through which you filter your experience of reality. Really look at how your privilege, trauma, or certain attributes of your history can distort the reality of the moment. Do what you can to dismantle those obstructions so you can see the whole view. Come on now. Fall through with this whole video. Open the aperture. Conversely, look carefully at the signals you send off. Ooh, weren't we just talking about that? Not bleeding your energy all over everybody else's and bringing their energy down. Come on now. Do they match your intent? Do you say you're fine when you really need a hug? Y'all, I cannot make this shit up. How is this message that fucking accurate? Why am I holding the card this way when the message is this way? I'm so in tune to the message, y'all. On the card backwards all this time. When you really need a hug, are you trained to sound modest and apologetic when really you know what you're doing? Do you act like you know what you're doing when you don't? Notice what you project onto the world and take responsibility for how you are seen. The ascendant is where you become visible, okay? If this makes you nervous, investigate what needs to be healed or where you need to grow your confidence in order to feel comfortable being seen. If you are asking about a project, look for what needs to be repaired or improved before you hold a press conference. The challenge of this card showing up in your life. The front door is only one part of the house. Be willing to look beyond appearances and into the heart. But don't count on others' ability to do so too. Your gift in this situation. Over time, your reputation is built on what you do, not how you look. I know that's motherfucking right. Drops mic. Once again, I thank you all so much for being here in this beautiful energy. We may think about bringing personal readings back. I'm not really sure on that, y'all, right now. But I'm definitely planning to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday post. I just haven't decided yet if it's going to be Monday and Wednesday vlogs and then Fridays are readings. I don't know yet how I'm going to dictate that. But I'm working on it for y'all. I love you so much. If you want to follow your girl over on Instagram and keep up what is going on, possibly on YouTube. You can follow me over at Come See Low, COMECLOWE, or Come Love Yourself on IG. Okay? All social platforms, Twitter, same thing, whatever. You can find me the same name everywhere, basically. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I can't make this shit up.